Schling Schlong Ticket Ting Tong.
Welcome to the Still Drippin' Happy Hour. This is your host, Mason, speaking. Tonight, we're missing Dan the Man, but we got Hayes. Holla.
Let's get this money.
Before we get into the happy hour, I want you to go online, subscribe, and rate 5 stars.
Unsubscribe, resubscribe, check out the algorithm, follow the leads, hit the algorithm.
Follow the leader.
Give us 5 stars, give us a review. And with that said, Hayes, introduce your guest for us.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we have a guest this week. And I feel like we have a different vibe with every guest, and we have very different vibes with every single guest. But this one is just one of the dopest, coolest guys I've met maybe in my life. And I just felt like he's got a dope sneaker collection. He's a great guy, great man. So forget his sneaker collection. He's just an awesome dude. And so I thought we'd have Justin Webb on here as his government name. And he'll tell you all about his other stuff that you can go follow and everything. We're just going to cut it up and just have a good time together. How's that sound?
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. Well, introduce yourself. Who are you?
Justin Webb. So let me see. Let me start here. Been into sneakers for pretty much all my life.
Which how old are you? You're a baby.
33, not a baby. No,
I'm not a baby.
Not a baby. Not a baby. Yeah, I'm old now, but yeah, I've been into sneakers basically all my life. Started when I was young, military family. We, started out in California, moved to South Carolina. I remember growing up in South Carolina, like my dad would leave to go places all the time, and I wouldn't be able to get my shoes on fast enough. So that's where it started right there. I was like, well, I'm leaving my shoes on all the time now. So you can't just leave me. You can't leave me. So that's where it started. My mom, she would have to wait till I fell asleep to take my shoes off. That's the only way they could get them off me.
Was it even dopeness at that point where they were like K-Swiss and it was heat? It was all heat.
Yeah, my dad, I don't know. It was something about Jordan's he's always loved. And I mean, he loved watching Michael Jordan, everything on TV. So, that's how I grew up watching it and everything too. And then he would introduce the sneakers to me and tell me all about them. Like, hey, this is who wears this sneaker. Like I remember one pair he brought home, be like a Jason Kidd. He'd say, hey, this is what Jason Kidd's done. This is his accolades and all that. And he would show me, this is the shoe he wears. So this is what you're wearing. I'm like, okay. So I never really went to the sneaker stores with him. He would just bring things home to me and he would teach me this is what this shoe is about. Yeah. So that's where my love for sneakers
So he gave you the history. It wasn't just wear these because they're dope.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So you're a legit new school sneakerhead. Or there's a lot of kids that are just oh, it's Michael Jordan, and they couldn't even, they've never seen a Michael Jordan game, much less a Jason Kidd game, right?
Yeah, I grew up watching it all. Basically, the Bulls would always be on in our house. That's all my dad ever watched. Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman, Ron Harper, all of them were always on the TV. So I grew up watching all of it. Every time I see the shoes on, I'm like, oh, I got these on. I'm sitting there watching him wear the shoes that I'm wearing while watching him. It was great.
Have you since expanded outside of Jordan, Nike, or are you just a purist? That's it?
No. I'll do pretty much everything. If I like how it looks, I'm definitely going to try to get it. I know a lot of things are harder to get nowadays with all the reselling going on, but I do my best to get them. Yeezy 350 Boost, that's one of my favorite. It feels great, looks great. Price point, not my favorite right there, but I do have quite a few of those. I don't wear them all the time. I think I've worn maybe 2 out of the maybe 16 that I have.
Dang, you have 16 350s?
Yeah, just all different colors. Yeah.
Why aren't you wearing your sneakers? Number one, and number two, are you holding on to them to resell? What are you doing?
So my wife thinks I'm crazy, but I'll take them out of the box, line them up, and I'll just look at them, and then I'll package them back in just how Adidas packages them. Stack them all back up. I have to have my sneakers stacked a certain way, packaged a certain way. That's just what I do with them. I mean, a lot of them, I don't wear. I'll pull them out, look at them, hey, I'm gonna put these on today. And I might put them on, not go anywhere, just step around in the house and then take them back off. I do it a lot. Yeah. Here's one.
Okay. Clean.
So this pair, you see it's got the Jumpman on the back. So
yeah.
That's from a while back, and still haven't worn these.
It's got some yellows on it.
Yep.
So what was that? That was probably 2014, 15? Am I wrong?
I want to say 2014. Yeah, that sounds about right, because that was one of the last year I was working at Foot Locker. So yeah, back when I got the discount, it was great.
Shoot. What size are you?
11 or 10 and a half. I need to be wearing a 12, but I'm only 5'8" on a good day, so I don't wear a 12 anymore.
What do you mean you need to be wearing a 12?
I was wearing a size 12 in the 8th grade, and I thought I was gonna be like 6'4", never grew any taller. So yeah, I looked like a capital L. So I stopped wearing size 12s. I was like, I can't do it.
Capital L for all the L's that we were constantly catching.
Yeah,
that's right. Makes sense.
Pretty much predicting the future and what sneakers was going to bring to me. Yep, definitely. But yeah, I started wearing size 11. Plus, in like the stores when I started working there, I noticed you got, so many in a size run. You would get 2 of size 11s, only 1 size 12 or 1 size 11 and a half. And on size 11 and a half and up, they started making everything just a little bit bigger. So it looked like a clown shoe on me. So I just like, no, I'm done. I stopped wearing size 11 and a half and 12. I think the last 11 and a half I bought was the Raging Bull pack. I got that on the half off sale at Foot Locker. They had a 50% off sale. So I paid $150 for that pack.
Dang.
Yeah.
Were those just sitting?
That's crazy.
Yeah, they were sitting in I got 2 pair actually. I bought a pair from North Carolina, and the other pair, I can't remember where they came from. The managers weren't trying to send them. They kept trying to say they didn't have them. My manager called them and said, hey, I see they're in your system. Send them out. And they sent them. So I got 2 pair, size 10 and a half and 11 and a half for half off.
Yeah. All right. So Mason used to work at Nike, and then you've got the Foot Locker connection. What's the craziest thing you ever saw come through your Foot Locker?
We got a size run of Phoenix Sun foam posits. So in Indiana, no one else, no other Foot Locker, of course, Finish Lines didn't get foam posits back then, but no other Foot Locker got these shoes. We weren't even supposed to get them. They accidentally sent them to our store in Muncie, Indiana. And we had every Foot Locker calling us like, hey, can I at least get 1 pair? I'm like, we have 12, for the whole state of Indiana. 12 of them.
Gosh.
Yeah. Man. And to be able to get them on the discount. So yeah, that was kind of like one of those times like where, hey, I got these, you don't got them. You can't get them, pretty much.
You still have those?
Oh, no. I'll play basketball on those. Those
so
heavy
throwaways,
things.
just because they're foams, right?
Yeah, we've had phones. I just messed up, yeah.
We've had a lot of conversation about this on this show. If you've listened at all, is that we've had a sequence of events here happen where, Jordans, Nikes are always going to be huge, but Dunks have made a resurgence about a year and a half.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's on the downslope. I could be wrong. You might have a different opinion.
We've been talking about,
okay, what's next? And I feel like the foam is the next wave for a minute, probably.
Think they're coming back?
Do you?
Think they're coming back? I mean, I like them still.
It looks like you're about to pull some. Okay, there we go.
So yeah, that's one of the latest Dunk pickups I got. And then the one they released last week too, the blue, purple.
The blue ones?
I got those too. Yep.
Dang.
Got those too.
This dude is, he's a player.
It's nice working from home, man. Working from home, I can schedule my meetings around these things.
The tricks of the trade.
It's like, hey guys, I got to drop at 11. They're like, why? Sneaker restock. Sneaker restock. I got to be on here for these.
All right. So if you're trying to convince Mason, who is he's still the snobby person that just can't get out of his own way as it relates to all he is going to buy
only Nike and Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
And you're a salesman and you're like, hey, here's why you should branch out. What would you say?
I mean, to any other brand, what else do you do besides just wearing
look, we got somebody else. Dan. Man, Dan, you look like you're about 6'8", 355.
I know. Camera angle.
I'm trying to kill this stupid fly in my kitchen. We've had a fly epidemic today.
Huh.
This is great content, Dan.
We've had a coronavirus epidemic in my...
Anytime.
I'm just kidding.
Been sitting at my laptop working, and I've got to kill this fly.
All right, I was just asking Justin to try to sell Mason into getting out of just the Nike Jordan Zone.
All right, you have to sell me
Yeah.
on that too.
So
You got some Yeezys? That's not exactly true.
No, I don't.
You got rid of them?
Yeah, I keep them for like a month and then I get rid of them.
This man has 16 pairs of Yeezys he's never worn.
just like random stuff.
Are those the Walmart version or are
I was
those
going to
the
say,
real
that
ones?
looks like that.
Oh,
I think that's the
Oh.
Amazon ones.
oh. Here, look at my box. Come on now.
Oh, that doesn't matter.
It does matter. Yes, it does. No, I actually got these from Confirmed. Confirmed that. I got lucky on those because that was hard to get to. But I mean, Yeezys, they feel great, man. They look great, especially that 350. Like that's probably the best looking one I would say out of all of them. I mean, I do have some 380s. What did they just drop again? The Wave Runner on that Yeezy day. So I had the original Wave Runners too.
I mean, love that's the one pair that I want to get my hands on.
So I had those when they first dropped. I got them for retail, but I got a 10.5. I didn't realize they ran small. And being me, I was being a nice brother. I gave them to my brother for retail and didn't realize what the resale was. I'm like, oh, dang. And that's all he did. He just resold them. I'm like, really? Really? Yeah.
Oh, he played you.
Oh, big time. Yeah. Because
man.
Basically, he would be able to fit them perfectly too, because he wears like a 10, sometimes 10.5. So I was like, yeah, you can get these, no problem. Because I'm like, I can't wear them. They're too small for me. Like I told you, I need to be wearing a 12. So that 10.5, basically 10, wasn't going to work. But I mean, Yeezy, as of late, yes, these colorways have been, I do agree with that. But if you get something like a basic all white, like the Cloud Whites, I have those, the Desert Sage 350s.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I like that colorway. It's clean. I mean, you can wear these with khakis.
But it's
No
still not
problem at
why.
all.
Like, what's in what he? I feel like we got to break through this barrier of his soul that's saying
It's like a therapy session.
it's like therapy.
It's clouds for your feet. I'm telling you, it's probably the most comfortable shoe I've ever
There you
put
go.
on.
My only argument against the Yeezy, I like the design of the 350s. That doesn't bother me or anything, but it's just a Roshi run, right? It's the same exact thing to me. It's just Kanye made it.
It's not, man.
Like I said, I've never had some, so you could feel free to call me wrong, and I'm not going to be offended. But
I feel like comparing
I really-
a Yeezy, a Roshi with the Yeezy 350 is like it. Here is a new Mercedes, and then here's a Toyota Corolla. Go, which one? You have your pick. No, doesn't matter which one. You can have the pick. Am I wrong?
Mason's like
not
Corolla.
wrong.
Corolla for me.
Hit me with the Corolla.
The Corolla gets better gas mileage, and it's gonna drive longer. And who cares? Like,
I also only buy like 2 pair of shoes for myself a year now, so maybe that disqualifies me from being on this podcast. But
see, Justin, this is what happens when you start having children. Had a kid, got all weird. Had a kid. Now he's on this podcast trying to kill a fly.
Hey, but you should. Hey, my son is starting to have a better sneaker collection than me. He's got the Shadow ones.
Mm-hmm.
He's got some triple black Hirachis. He's getting up there.
He's murdering out.
He's not even a year old yet, so he's got time. Maybe that's where I'll just put all my money into. I'll just take pictures, make them look like they're huge, and fake it like they're my own.
I had a $75 gift card to Nike a couple weeks ago, and I just spent it all on Abigail. I didn't even spend it on me. I was like, she can get a pair of Air Max 90s. She can get a pair of Converses. She can get a pair of Air 95s. I was like, yep, that's $75. All right, looks like we're done.
All right, so Justin, I feel like you buy a ton of shoes for your wife, but do you buy shoes for your dog?
Oh yeah. He's got 2 pair. He's got a pair of retro 4 cements. No. He's got a pair of retro 4 cements and the cement 3s as well, the all white ones.
So wait, do you buy 2 pair for him?
No, he only wears them on his body. These little hands hang out, but yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I know y'all probably already commented on this, but I mean, your setup is way more legit than what I've got going on right now, than I've ever got going on. And I've done like 20 episodes.
Just a little bit back there.
I didn't realize you're a big Supreme guy too.
I've been, getting into it just a little bit. It's if I see something I really like I mean, this shirt wasn't even really hype, but I liked it. It's a soccer shirt. I like the feel of it. I was like, yeah, I do want this. I mean, the Nerf gun. I'm like, I like Nerf guns.
Yeah.
And so I definitely went after that. And then there's a sleeping bag. I'm like, when am I going to use that? I don't know, but it's cool. I was like, we'll see.
It was a frying pan.
To be fair, that's what 100% of the Supreme population does. What am I going to do with that? I don't know, but I'm going to buy it because it says Supreme.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, if I have some of the stupid gloves, like the gardening gloves, like what the crap was I thinking when I bought the gardening gloves? There's something else in there that I was like, I don't know why I even got this.
I was replacing a toilet the other day.
Here we go.
It was like the
box
okay. Yep. I was replacing a toilet the other day, like the thing that goes inside the toilet bowl. And I was like, man, I need a pair of gloves. And the free gift that Supreme gives, those white gloves, I was like, man, all the rest of the gloves are at the new house. I was like, I'm breaking these bad boys out. I just used them on the toilet. It was great.
Man, why did you get a picture of that? That could easily be like a Instagram story. Right? Cleaning poop, like literally just like.
I don't even know what my gloves are.
Poop.
But that you could have just made it a story, like take a dump and like grab a little bit of poop and hey, watch this flex.
Right. I'll do it tomorrow for you, Hayes.
I dare you. I dare you. You won't.
This has gone down.
This is off the rails. All right. I can't remember what I even asked. Something about your dog.
Oh yeah, but my dog's shoes. Come here.
He's got on the shoes right now. It's like 9:21 at night.
No, he just came in the room.
Oh man, with that guy.
That's a cute dog.
Oh, he's got the Cuban on.
The Cuban links.
Yeah.
He does. How much
Big
does that necklace? How does chain? How much does chain cost?
I got it on sale. Like $48, I think.
See, I guess I'm disappointed.
I know it looks expensive, but it's cool. His neck hasn't turned green yet. He's fine.
All right, so it's legit.
Yeah.
All right. One of the things I wanted to ask was you just got out of debt recently, which is so dope. So how did that all happen?
Lit.
What is that so much for your shoe game? Like what? Talk to people. Like give some people advice about because here's how my story goes: is that I got a debt also, and that was kind of a point where a lot of stuff changed in life. So I was able to start side hustling and reselling, and we kind of have a deal. My wife and I were like, okay, well, if you resell and you side hustle and you do all these things, you can keep whatever you make, and then you can do whatever you want with it. It's kind of our deal because we have no debt. Like it wouldn't be that way if I had debt. So just kind of tell us that story. Okay,
so I got married 2014. We kind of sat down, put our debts together, saw how much we had. We had $185,000 in debt. School, credit cards. I think she owed a little bit on her car. It wasn't much. We paid it off pretty quick. But I was buying at least one pair of shoes a week. I mean, just because I worked in the store. I mean, it didn't have to be a hype release. It didn't matter. I was just like, oh, I like these. I'll grab them. So when we got married, that stopped like immediately. So I cut that out. That definitely helped with it right there. Cause it's even with the discount, I'm still spending like 120 per shoe or per week, that I'm buying. So that stopped. And I kind of saw the logic, like, why am I buying all this if I'm not doing anything with it, but just letting it sit, collect dust, and it's not really even of value and I can't even resell it. So I kind of got off that aspect of how I was buying shoes and try to look at it a different way. Well, if I purchase these do have value and I can resell and help make money to kind of put it towards our debt. So I did start working on that. We didn't I only went after the hype stuff at that point, kind of to pay off the debt. But once we got out of debt, we kind of did like what you did. I set up my own account and I have, like a balance there. And this is where all my shoe money is. So that's what I use now to, do what I want, make what I want, and also put it towards, our new goal of getting a house. It's very expensive here in Franklin. So this down payment on the house, I'm buying, selling, reselling stuff just because, to put on this house that we're trying to get. But that's what we did. And just changing my mindset on what I need to do within the sneaker community and get to know people and how to finagle stuff, get it to work in my favor. Had to think differently, definitely. But I mean, I would say a lot of stuff that people try to buy, especially sneaker wise, say you missed that drop, you're probably not going to be thinking about it in 2 or 3 weeks. You know, more than likely it's going to be something you're like, and I missed it. You will forget totally about it. I remember like all the money I wasted on terrible shoes, like all those Fusions, all the Fusion Jordans. I bought almost every Fusion Jordan that came out.
That was a huge mistake. That was a huge mistake.
Wait,
Yes,
explain.
yes.
So that, if I remember right, that's like the Air Force One
And the
mixed
Jordan.
with the Jordan One, the Jordan 5 mixed with the whatever Jordan. Usually it was the Air Force One bottom, right?
Yeah. Air Force One bottom, Retro 13, the Retro 12, Air Force One. Yeah. Yeah, it was a big mistake. I mean, because those even cost a lot too. And the box was cool. That was one of the big things. You got the little sneaker tag and everything with it. That was cool. But it was a big waste of money. Couldn't resell them. I think I ended up reselling most of them, but you weren't really getting a profit off it. I would just get most of my money back. But yeah, just how I look at it now, like if I do miss a drop, I don't really like paying resale for a shoe. I think I've done it maybe 3 times in my life. I've bought the Cork LeBron 10s. I think those were $250 retail. I paid $350 for them. I bought the original South Beach 8s. I paid $100 over retail for those. And a pair of Grinch Kobe's. Weren't even my size. Size 9.5. But this girl like broke up with her boyfriend and she was mad at him, so she sold them to me for still. So I was like, yeah, I'm definitely buying these.
Sneaker drama.
Oh yeah, it was great. Yeah, she knew they weren't my size. She said, "What are you gonna do with them?" I said, "Oh, I'm gonna hold on to them, see what comes of them. Maybe I can squeeze my foot in them. No, I'm good and well. I can't fit a 9.5." But I ended up selling those for like $600 or $700 like 2 years later. So I mean, made money back off that too.
100%. So biggest flip.
Biggest flip. That would probably. I'd say probably those Cork LeBrons. The Cork LeBrons and the South Beach LeBrons, I did a package deal for those. I wore both of them. I wore them at least 5 times a piece. They weren't messed up really, but those Cork LeBrons, they do crease like crazy and they start to crack.
Yeah.
And like I told you, I did pay a little bit of resale value for them. I paid $100 over for each. So that would put them at like, you see $350 for one, I think $300 for the second. So $650 total. I think I sold those for $1,500 with them together. This one kid. And he filled up my gas tank because I had to drive 30 minutes to him. Yeah.
Hey, not bad. Not bad.
That's a good flip.
Yeah.
All
These
those
guys-
people out there negotiate, not just money.
See, look,
Gas.
this isn't just a sneaker podcast, right?
Mm-hmm.
Negotiations. Wait, listen. So these guys give me crap all the time because generally we don't like LeBrons, but there's specific LeBron models. I have the Cork still. I have the South Beaches still. And I have something else.
You have the South Beach, the lows, right? The gray ones. Do you have the teal ones?
No, I have the gray ones. That would be that would be the 9s, I guess, right?
Yeah. 9.
Yeah,
Low
he's about to
9s.
pull them out. They're not low.
Yours are low, right?
No.
So I got one of the two right here.
Okay, it's gonna be one of the. Yeah, it's gonna be one of them.
Let me see. Do you have the Miami Knights?
Which one is that? They're gray. You know, it's like the classic. No. Oh, those are the ones I really wanted that just dropped. No. That's not one I have. What are the other ones you got right here?
And the South Beach that just released again. My mom hit for me on sneakers. Shout out to mom.
The quality on the new South Beaches is really good.
Yeah. Okay. No. This is the South Beach I have. Is that one?
So you got the 9s, yeah.
The 9s.
So I was
And then
just
I have
talking to my
the
wife
Corks.
about those. So I had those for myself and for my wife, and we can't find her pair. Like we had them when we lived in Indiana. We moved down here. Don't know what happened to them. Can't find them.
Is this the Cork? This is the Corks you had? Those are the ones I have.
Yep.
Yeah,
Mhm.
okay. But these guys are always giving me crap because there's a handful of LeBrons that I'll rock.
I got the
Don't throw me in that category.
Yes, you are in that category.
Not for the ones that you have. The ones you have in the Zoom generations. I've said six through 10 LeBrons. I like those. I like 6 through 10.
The LeBron 6 was probably one of my favorite. I hooped in those quite a bit. That was before he got like brick shoes. Yeah, they got too heavy and I couldn't wear them.
Look like
I'm already short.
When you got to the 11s and it was literally like just a plastic shoe that you couldn't just
terrible.
You literally could not bend.
He's made some questionable choices.
It just, I don't know how his foot flexed in that shoe. It was literally like foam posit on steroids.
Yeah, it was probably the heaviest thing I put on to play ball in. It made my calf so huge though.
So different topic, but kind of related is that the difference between, look, I'm a huge North Carolina fan, so I hate anything related to Duke. I hate Kyrie. I hate Zion. I hate anybody that has that, even that remotely that. I hate them all. But I respect a Kyrie who's willing to go and say, you know what, this is the new model of whatever the Kyrie 5 that's coming out. And he went on and said they're trash himself.
Yeah.
And he had nothing to do with it. Like, can you imagine if LeBron had stood up to the man and said, look, these are all crap. All these ones that you keep coming out, it's like the same shoe over and over and over, and then it's crap. Can you imagine? It might have changed.
Yeah, I'm sure they would have definitely let him, do whatever he wanted to with that shoe. I'm sure. Now, Kyrie, you don't think so?
I don't know. I think he's controlled by China, right? A little bit, just a tad bit.
No,
I think a little bit. I don't think he wants to mess with China.
They don't want to hear stuff like that over there.
Nike, like
I
the
think
mechanism
LeBron,
of Nike.
LeBron is. I mean, what LeBron? I don't think anybody's since Jordan has had as much say in what Nike does as LeBron. Kobe definitely didn't.
No, he didn't.
I mean, KD when KD first got there, it was like all his shoes were like the rejects. Like LeBron and Kobe didn't like those, so KD just got a pass down. Like his first 4 shoes were all totally different. Now with the Kyries, they just take the same silhouette and like change 2 things on it, bring out the next one.
But I'm not sure Kobe really cared outside of he wanted them to be low. Yeah. Like in everything I've ever read, I don't think he cared really what they looked like really.
He wanted functionality.
I'm wrong. Yeah, he wanted functionality.
He didn't like high tops?
Except for that one model that was like the really
the 9s.
Like the elite.
The 9s that were basically up to your nipples and you couldn't you couldn't even move your ankles. It was like
those look dope.
It was probably like he probably like turned his ankle one practice and he went over to the Nike execs and was like, "Hey, we got to fix this. I need something different." And they were like, "All right, your next model is going to be nipple high Kobe 9s."
Into the spectrum.
Hey, but he had those Kobe 7s that they could go low or high. Do you remember those?
Oh yeah,
like the little convertible thing in the bottom.
Yeah.
Oh, that was stupid.
I didn't like those.
Drop top.
2 different insoles.
That's so stupid.
But I did have those Kobe 9 highs though. The Kobe 9 highs were nice, but there's a carbon fiber plate on the inside and outside dug right into your ankle every time you cut. So that was the only thing I didn't like about them.
That was my problem with the Jordan 14s. Every time I played basketball in Jordan 14s, I ended up with a cut on my ankle, which is why anything 14 after I'm not really messing with. I'm sorry, go ahead.
So just I went and bought like 50 pair of shoes from a stranger in Atlanta at one point in my life. And I had sold like the majority of my items that I was reselling to him. So I like knew what he had, but he was also like a huge Kobe, LeBron, and KD collector. And I came back with probably 15 pair of dead stock or like worn once or twice Kobe 9s, lows, highs. And it was just like, for whatever reason, he loved that model. And it was like the Black History Month. It was the Beethovens. It was the all purple. What was that? Prince? Was that the Prince colorway? Whatever it was. They were just like, they were so
Beethovens are great. Yeah.
The Beethovens were awesome. The Black History Months were awesome. But I don't know why I'm telling the story, but it was awesome.
Just consider this is a dude that tried to kill a fly while we're on here. So I'll just give him a pass.
Hey, Justin, what are your top 3 shoes that you currently own? Your favorites?
Top 3, it'd be the Safari Presto. So a story about that one. I actually drove from Indiana when I lived there to a store called Unheard Of in Cincinnati, Ohio. This store didn't open up until like an hour after the sneakers drop. Well, I'm sitting out, in the street at the parking meter, brought one of my friends. I'm sitting in the car, got on sneakers beforehand. I actually got a W that day on that shoe.
All right.
Yeah, I still have that one. Yeah, like this is
dude. This guy's got them all on deck.
One of my favorite shoes, man. That Ohio State colorway, love it. But yeah,
those Prestos can't beat them.
Oh yeah, not at all. But I was even at the store, like when they opened up, I was second person in line. I still waited at the store because I drove from Indiana all the way to Cincinnati. I was like, yeah, I'm going inside the store. Went inside, they had all the colors and everything, all the sizes. I could have got another pair, but this was at the time I was trying to get out of debt. I could have racked up and probably made some money over there, but I'm like, no. I told my wife I was only going to spend this much. I spent that much, couldn't spend any more. Otherwise, I was not allowed to go home. So I was like, I'm done. I'm done. But yeah, that would be probably my top. The second, it would be probably the Concord 11. I got married in these.
Oh, of course, man.
Yeah.
Yes.
So my wife had them.
Dude, one time I was at a work party with this guy, and he's dancing in the Jordan 11. It's the platinum ones, the one that was the silver.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I almost made out with this dude. We were dancing together, and I was like, "Well."
So I was just talking to my wife about that pair. Like all of your Christmas parties at Ramsey, and then my Christmas parties at Mars, I wore like retro 11s too. I wore the was the 82 or when like 72, something like that.
Yeah, 72.
I wore those to my Mars Christmas party too. Everybody's like, "You're wearing a suit with Jordans?" Like, this is what we do.
What kind of question is that?
They don't know there, man. They don't know.
You know where I work,
So yeah, I wore those there too. But like 11's always been, you can wear it down, you can wear it up, put anything with it. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And then like the Fire Red 5s would probably be my third favorite. So I had this pair when I was little. My dad got them for me, of course. I had this Fisher Price basketball court. It had 2 little lockers in the middle.
Oh man, I love this story already.
2 lockers in the middle, had a breakaway court on this end, and it was like a boxing like thing on this end over here. And I always had this pair of Jordans in there. They were like a size 6 baby pair of Jordans. I was probably about 6 or 7. I always kept those Jordans right there, in that little slot. So as I got older, like my dad wore those too. He wore them to cut grass in them back when they didn't care what they did in these things. Yeah. Yes. And he didn't wear the laces in them like Will Smith. No laces, cut grass in them, do whatever he wanted to do in them. But as I got older, I ended up buying my own, got me another pair, and they just sit.
But you don't wear them.
I mean, I will eventually someday. I got them for my wife too. She's got a pair. So yeah.
Bro, it's time. It's time for to bust those things out.
No.
It means too much in your brain.
So what I'll do is I'll wait till I have a kid. I'll get another baby pair, and then I'll start probably wearing these things.
Okay, that makes sense.
Is it like having
a
stigma of like, okay, if the first time I wear them, it's got to be memorable? Is that the reason, or?
Well, the conditions got to be right. Like I know it can't rain that day.
Absolutely.
Gotta have the right fit. I don't like creasing in my shoes. I know a lot of people do, but I don't like them to crease. I like them to look pristine all the time. So I'm constitly putting force fields in. My wife disagrees.
That's a problem with 5s.
I love it.
So you see my wife at work, Hayes. Like I get her retro ones all the time. She loves them.
She had the tie-dye ones on like 2 weeks ago, and she came up my desk. I was like, "Oh my goodness, seriously!"
Yeah.
And I'm the only one in this building that probably knows what she's doing to everybody right now. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, are you kidding me?"
But I bought her force fields for them. She won't put them in there though. She's like, "I don't like it."
I mean, I wouldn't either. I'm too old for that.
No, I like how it makes it. It's more snug, of course, on your foot, but I just like the fact that there's no crease in it.
I feel like this is a plug. Nice. I feel like this is a commercial.
No, I don't.
It's a little bit of a commercial.
No,
it's a free shout out. We're all about free shout outs. Still Dripping the Happy Hour is about free shout outs.
I don't have any stake in that company. I promise you. In force fields. I wish I would have came up with it a long time ago, though. I definitely do. But yeah, I believe in them. I put them in.
I know this is a popular. I know it's a popular opinion, but I'm down with creases and Jordan 1s.
Mm.
I don't mind them in
Yes.
threes.
Yes.
Threes, they look
Yes.
good.
And threes.
Mm.
Yes.
Ones,
No.
threes.
Come on.
I don't mind them in sixes, depending on the pair.
No, that's a bad call.
Yeah.
They're
The
suede
Olympic
largely.
Yeah.
No. The Olympic sixes that are all leather that you got me, like
Okay,
those,
yeah, that's true. Okay, I
those
can
aren't
see
bad.
that.
But like
But
the
any
Carmine
suede.
sixes, you can't do Carmine
Yeah.
sixes like that. That looks just gross.
I feel like, I mean, with it being suede, they don't really crease as much. Like, it's just that leather that I have to put a force foot in.
Man, see, I love the leather when it's beat up a little bit. So
Yeah, but
to
like
each
for
their own.
11s, you
Yeah.
have like that patent leather doesn't look great with creases.
Oh, 100%.
Nope.
But
Hey,
That's
that's
wait,
when
time
I don't
out.
put force foot in, though.
so let's say somebody's listening to this podcast and they've been in debt and they've been where you were and you love sneakers, man. Like that's in your blood. Like it doesn't just go away. It's not something you can turn off. But at the same time, you got to have discipline to do what you did. I mean, $185,000, is that what you said in debt?
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay, so advise Joe who's listening to this to say, man, look, it's going to be better if you can pull this off and do what I did. But you're dude, that's inspiration. So
Yeah.
give that person some advice.
So, I mean, I already had a nice little inventory going anyway. So I knew it's not like I wasn't going to have anything to wear. It was just about stopping that habit and realizing that you had a bigger reason why you needed to let this go for a little bit. It's not like the shoe was just not going to be there when you got out of debt. I mean, you could always go back and get it later. And, the hype might drop at that point. You can get them for a cheaper price. You can always connect with somebody and figure out and get that sneaker because
Yeah, man.
that happened, or at least save for it. Like, when things are going to drop. They show you this. They even did that sneakers live event where they showed, this was coming out pretty much the rest of the year. So, and you can kind of save up for that. And so that got to that point where I had to save up money for that drop, even though I might not get it, obviously, all these L's on sneakers. But if I didn't, then I had more money to put towards the next shoe that came out, and try to get that. So it was about planning for it. And if I didn't plan for it, I just knew I couldn't get it. It was that simple.
So what is it like being debt free and having that weight off your back?
Oh, it's a great freedom. Like, I know I can do basically what I want. And like, even though I have money to be able to buy whatever shoe I really want right now, I can pay resale to get, like, if I wanted those red Octobers, I can go get them. But I'm just not going to go out and do it because I'm like, I've gotten to the point now where I'm like, if I don't get it for retail, more likely I'm not going to buy it because I know how much these shoes cost retail. I know the discount I used to get. And plus I don't want them to crease either. So, okay, look at this. See, that's as much.
Perfect.
That's as much as I let mine crease right there.
Oh, see, I like it. I like it beat up on a one. Like it could look like it's drugged to the dirt.
No, even patent leather, no crease at all.
Oh, see, patent leather though. Ugh.
That is impressive. All right, we've talked about patent leather Jordan 1s before.
Mm-hmm.
Just it is an absolute shoe to avoid at all, like the plague.
No, he says no, and he loves
Mm-hmm.
11s. So I mean, the answer to this already.
You have to avoid that shoe. You have to.
No. Why is that?
You literally, the first time you put while you're lacing it up for the first time, it creases.
No, you know how many times I've worn this shoe? I have 2 pair of them, but I've worn this shoe to high school basketball games, to high school football games. And there's a lot of walking, going up and down bleachers. You don't see not one crease in there.
Well, that's because you did the force field or whatever.
Yeah.
Commercial
should try
plug.
it.
free shout out.
I'm telling you, no problem at all. Like, nothing.
How much are force fields?
$9.99.
It's not bad. Not bad.
So how there's a little sticker on the inside of the force fields that you stick on the inside of your shoe. I don't take those off. So I've had 1 pair of force fields since 2014 that I just replace in each one of my shoes. I don't take the sticker off. So instead of using one, we just switch them in and out, man. Make it work.
It just makes sense. It's just dollars. It's a math equation.
Genius.
Easy.
This dude. See, listen, you think this is just about sneakers, and this is never just about sneakers. We sneak in all these life advice things, and you're like you're going to be a better person after listening to Justin.
Yeah.
Forget shoes.
Tell them all the advice that they've learned, Hayes.
Spiritual advice, financial advice, investing advice, real estate advice, marital guidance advice, dopeness advice for sure. What else? I know I'm missing a bunch. Like, because we get
investing. Did you say investing?
I said investing.
Pokemon cards.
Pokemon. Have you gotten into Pokemon?
So man, guess what? I had like I had the whole 1 through 50. You know, the original, all the way up to Mewtwo or Mewtwo, whatever his little name was. But I had all those in the collection. A lot of holographics in there. And my grandma was like, I don't know why you're still collecting those. They're not going to be worth anything. And I just gave them all away.
That's exactly what I did.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
my mom
had them in the
true.
plastic sleeves and everything.
That's
about 6 months ago. My mom was like, "No, I think those are still in the attic." I went through the whole attic. I was like, "Oh, there's got to be money up here somewhere." They're gone. They're long gone.
So yeah, there's got to be money up here.
I've lost a lot of cards. My mom, when I went to college, she threw out a lot of my cards. She didn't know what they were. Like Barry Larkin rookie card, Cal Ripken Jr. cards, like gone. She just tossed them all.
Not me.
It makes
I kept
you feel
all my
any
crap.
better. I didn't have any. I was homeschooled, so I didn't have any.
That's not exactly. I was homeschooled too. Part of it. Anyway, all right. We came up with a game. We're gonna Mason introduce a game. I'm gonna curveballing you.
Okay. Hayes came up with this game. I just came up with a name for it. So
all right.
We're gonna plug you on Twitter or on Instagram. I know your page is private, but we might get a few more requests this week. So since you are YoFlyGuy on Instagram, we decided to make a little game for you that's called Fly or Die. So we're all going to throw out some, I don't know, items, shoes, could be anything.
It could be anything.
Hayes might take it overboard. You never know. So you just tell us if it's fly or if it's not, if it's got to die. So Hayes,
and you have to say
one?
why. You have to say like, this is why I would never do that. Okay.
Gotcha. Yep.
All right. So we'll just start with a big one that we talk about constantly, on clouds.
Talk about what?
Oh,
I didn't hear what you said.
On clouds?
On clouds.
The shoe on clouds?
Shoe? Do you even know what that is? It's okay if you don't. In fact, it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think of it a different way. So what you're explaining.
Okay, there's a shoe model that's called an on cloud that is the standard middle-class person that goes to Destin twice a year. This is what they wear, and you've seen it, and you just might not even know what it is.
Yep.
Show it to them. That logo. That logo.
Oh, yes. I've seen those. Yes.
Yeah.
That's in that
Fly or Die.
I'm not wearing them.
So die.
I mean,
he's gonna die. That's what he's saying.
I see a lot of girls.
He's gonna die.
I see a lot of girls wearing them, like they work out in them, and they make them look nice. Maybe because their feet are so small, but I don't know. I can't get behind it. It reminds me of that John Wall zing or zigzag. So
man,
I've seen him before.
Guy, you just got so much credibility.
So
he says die. Let's be clear.
Yeah,
that's a die.
Yeah, big
right?
time. Yeah, big time.
Okay,
die.
Might ruin Hayes's credibility here, but what are your thoughts on fakes?
Oh,
what do you mean ruin my? Wait, whoa! He's taking that way out of context.
Oh yeah, right. You have been for the past 4 episodes. You have said you're going to gateway yourself with some dunks.
I said if. No. I said if. I said if I did.
Okay.
He's gonna gateway himself.
So, I say.
He says die.
Die
as soon as you asked it, we know the answer to it. All right, why?
I mean, you can just tell. It's a quality in a shoe. Like you can feel the difference. You might not be able to see it all the time, but you can definitely feel it. And I've bought a pair of fakes before. I didn't know they were fake. I bought the Pyre Blacks. I got them from this dude. He showed me a receipt and everything. We met up from OfferUp. This was back when I lived in Indiana. I traded him a pair of Infrared 6s and the Space Jam 5s for those. And I've never seen them before in person. You know, they felt great. I felt, the foam, everything inside, everything looked great. Didn't look at the receipt though. He had one of these receipts print off the internet. You turn it over on the back, nothing's on the back. I was like, this is not a regular Foot Locker receipt. I know what they look like. It's supposed to say all this crap on the back of it. And I looked up online, same receipt everybody else had online. Same person that sold it to them and everything. Yeah. So I never got, anything back for those. I actually still have those.
You had a bad experience.
I have them as a reminder, and they're under my bed right now.
Okay, wait a second. So different sidebar. Let's say Joe Bob getting out of debt, and he just wants a pair of shoes like to get him over the hump. And he's like, man, I can get these fake sneakers for $100, or I can pay $500. You say no all day long.
I can't do it, man. No, I can't do it. No, we used to have people sell stuff on the corner all the time. I just can't do it.
All right, good answer.
Wait a second. Can I give some context? So previous, you go listen to one of our guys who we had on a guest. He has a very compelling argument towards this. Okay. If I ever did it, it would be a very specific shoe, which was it's a dunk that's called the Newcastle, which it's like the beer Newcastle. It's a brown, yellow, bluish. Like if it's ever going to do it, there's like $500 and like, I'm not going to pay $500 for those shoes. If I was going to ever do it, shut up. I paid $500 for shoes, but not that model. Shut up. That's not the point.
$500 for some Golden Goose.
That isn't the point.
So these?
Yes. That's not the point. The point isn't what I paid for other shoes. It's like, if I'm going to try that, I don't think those are worth $500 or whatever they are.
Oh, no.
But your Gucci shoes are?
Shut up. That's not my point. You're being a jerk. Like, that's bullcrap. This isn't even about me.
Oh, man. I don't know.
I'm sorry to bring you in on this family drama.
Justin, all I said was if. I said if, and these are guys are throwing me under the bus. Like,
you wouldn't do it. You wouldn't do it. I know you wouldn't. You wouldn't do it.
Dan, let's move on. I'm embarrassed now.
Dan, you got one?
Puma.
Ooh, mine was similar.
So I would do the basketball. I would definitely do the basketball. Probably just for outdoor, because I need something to mess up that I'm not worried about messing up. So yeah, I'll do it.
That's not exactly a good thing.
I'm sure it's got some comfort in it. I can't find them in stores to even try them on to see if I would like them or not. I mean, I wore was it a Puma Roma back in the day? Like, look kind of almost like a K-Swiss.
Yeah, I had those.
Yeah, I wore those back in the day. Probably like 6th grade, 7th grade, but
I was in college.
Yeah.
I'm way older than everybody.
Just a dash, yeah. But I haven't worn them since then. I mean, even New Balance is making a big comeback, especially like in Maryland. But I can't get with it. I don't know.
My fly or die was going to be New Balance. So you say die. You're going to have to die.
I mean, even the ones that are reselling for a lot, I don't even try for them because I don't have that much knowledge on the New Balance. And if I were to have to keep that shoe, I'd be upset. So no.
I don't look at the
because it just has a letter on the side of it, and then N is not even a cool letter.
It looks almost like that.
What does that mean? N isn't even that cool of a letter.
Yeah. So
who are you to judge the alphabet?
it reminds me of that the Monarch by Nike.
Oh,
I'm with you on that. I can totally see that.
I mean, it's just it's like a suede or a canvas shoe. That's what it reminds me of, but just the Monarch.
All right, so I'm on the New Balance train heavy, and especially the Bodega.
How many New Balance do you have, Hayes?
One pair.
So do you have that Bodega pair?
I do not. I'm working on trying to think if I want to try to do that.
Okay. That pair is not bad.
But typically when I go that route, if I'm going to spend that kind of money, I want it to be some heat, like a Jordan or something of that long, whatever.
What are those?
It's hard for me to pull the trigger on those at that price.
They're like $195 right now, right?
No, it's a lot more than that. The Bodegas. If we're talking about the same ones, like
the ones they specifically dropped on Bodega.
No, those are hideous. I'm talking about the older ones. Here, hold on.
Talking about these things?
No. Those are hideous.
They are. That's what I was talking about.
Yeah. No. I'm not talking about that. Wait a second. These boys. This one. It's the Better Days. You see those?
Yeah, those aren't going for that much. Yeah, that's not bad.
I mean, $380. That's more than I would typically spend on a New Balance. Well, you want to spend $400?
Not on a New Balance, no.
Exactly. No. That's what I'm saying. So that maybe I should get some fakes.
Hey, New Balance isn't good
produce
enough to
fake New
have.
Balance?
Yes,
Yeah, like-
exactly.
I don't
$70.
think they're producing fakes. I don't think
Yes,
they're
they
producing
are.
fakes.
I'll bet you $100 I can find some fakes right now.
Where?
I bet you can't.
I don't know. I'm gonna find them.
You can't do it on eBay.
Yes, I can. Watch
They
it.
won't send them to you.
You guys are killing me. I swear.
The New Balances, I will say, I respect the quality on New Balances. The quality is always pretty top notch, and we had this argument last week, but the price point, the retail price point on a pair of New Balances at like 220, 225, 250.
That's
just,
way too much.
Sheesh.
Yeah, agreed.
A shoe that I would get back into that isn't really as popular right now would be like the Iverson. So like the Answer 4s. Like that was one of my favorite shoes to hoop in. Loved it. But I still can't see myself, even it's for retail right now. I can still get them, but I'm not pulling the trigger.
Yep, that's how I'm with this whole New Balance conversation. I want to. I like what they're doing. I like the vibe. I like that they keep collabing with Kith and that kind of thing. And I want to. I just can't quite get over the hump.
The Kith drops are
you liked them like that. So if you would have told me that, I could have probably got them for you. I got people that do run sneaker bots for Kith.
What?
Yeah, that's how I got all my Kith gear.
Oh. What all do you have with Kith? What stuff?
Like the Simpson stuff that came out.
You got all that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. They just keep putting out like all the USA stuff. I don't know if you've been on kith.com lately. All their US
www.kith.com. What are we, Hayes?
You shut up, Dan. You don't know crap. You tried to kill a freaking fly a minute ago. Anyway, what I'm saying is, if you go look at their USA drop, like the Team USA stuff, they got some serious dope stuff. Like I love Kith. That's probably my favorite.
So I just bought those last week, the Team USA Nikes, the Fly's. Yeah, I bought those, and then they dropped the black and gray ones today that I picked up too.
God, this guy.
Well, I'm gonna send back the Team USA ones because I don't really like that color as much, and I'm gonna keep the black ones. I bought them on Sarah's account.
Shocker. Man, if you go on StockX and just put in New Balance and you see how much some of these New Balance, it's just crazy. I can't believe some of these are going for what they are. I just don't feel like they've hit that level yet. That's why I haven't pulled the trigger. However, I like what they're doing generally.
Just like what is this?
Yeah, how much are those? Good grief! Are you kidding me? What the? Why?
I have no idea.
You can get some Sean's for that.
I have no idea.
I will say there's a pair of New Balances, the JFK New Balances. They came out in like there's like 2012, 2013 maybe. Those things I don't think I'd pay resale because I think they're in the 800 or 900 range. But
oh my gosh,
super dope pair of New Balances.
Talking about these, Dan.
Oh man.
I mean, just generally, see those are you don't like those?
No, those are it right there.
Justin, you like those?
I can't get with it. No.
It's just it's the N. It's the N. You don't like N. You don't like the letter N.
No, I love the letter N.
Sucks.
You suck. You suck, Mason. I wish your name was Nason. All right, it's 10 o'clock.
Let me ask one thing. What's the most you would pay resale for a pair of shoes?
Me?
Like, yeah. Say someone offered you like a pair of Nike Air Max. Would you pay resale for them?
No, I don't like them. I wouldn't wear them. I only
What?
at this point in my life, I only buy things that I'm either going to resell immediately or quickly after, or I'm going to rock. Like that's where I'm at.
You wouldn't wear those.
I wouldn't wear mags. I don't like them.
What?
I only would like them because just to flex, and I'm just too old for that.
I guess I just like a nice box though. I love when a shoe comes in a nice box. So that's another thing that gets me.
Okay.
Too.
Okay.
The packaging is important. I don't know that it's like $50,000 important, but it is.
Yeah.
important.
See, look, no,
You're right. Yeah.
I just don't. I don't like them enough for that.
What's the dopest box that you got in your guys' opinion?
The Raging Bull pack.
I don't know that off the top of my head. The unions, I always love the union box, man. Any union.
I know this was a
Yeah.
friends and family, but the Ben and Jerry's that came in the ice
Yeah.
cream, those are so dope.
Yeah, that was nice too. I don't know how you would stack it, but it is
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, not practical at all.
There was a pair of it was like a no-name pair of Nikes from the 90s, and it had a pump with it. So it was not like the Insta Furies or anything.
No, it was like a
Reebok.
gun. It's like a gun pump, right?
Yeah.
It had CO2 in it. I remember those.
I don't know. That maybe in the retro they didn't do that, but they came out. They were in the clearance store for several weeks, just like they would rotate them in and out. And I got like 2 or 3 pair. They were always like $50. I could
these?
resell them for like 20. Yes.
Oh, that's not what I was talking about. Okay.
They're like Nike Pressure is what they're called.
Yeah, the Nike Pressure. They came in this clear box that had a Nike, like an orange Nike top, and then the label was on. It was like this plastic,
Looks like a cooler kind of.
yeah, it looked like it was awesome. It was so cool. So I sold the shoes on eBay, just the shoes, and kept the box.
Hold on,
You
I
still
do
have
have
the
one thing
box?
for you. I'm gonna show you one thing right back.
Show
right
it.
back.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Now that you're showing me that, that is so sick. You still have that?
Yeah, I kept the box. It's sitting up in the attic.
Why is it in your attic?
I don't have anywhere to put it with Abigail's room turning into a nursery instead of a shoe room.
God, old
And
people
I need
problems.
to pull out this. It's
He's
not a
gonna.
shoe
This is gonna be
box.
crazy. Please be crazy. Oh,
Jeez. Yeah.
yes, sir.
Are those the 20s?
No, this was a
16.
Retro One anniversary.
Oh, show, please.
Ooh.
Oh no, I sold the shoe, kept the briefcase.
Oh, of course you did. That's fire.
That is so dope.
Yeah.
You sold. This is a 16 Super Nintendo. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I love the briefcase. I had to keep the briefcase. So like these came out, I think, when I got into college, and then they also had was it 2012? They brought out the briefcase Jordans, the 14s.
Yeah.
Or
No, that's
not
what I was gonna
14s,
say. 16.
18. No.
Oh
17.
shoot.
17s. They had the briefcase and the DVD
Yeah,
that came
I
with
remember that. I was in
So my
college then
mom-
too.
My mom told me no, I wasn't allowed to have them. I couldn't hoop in them. So I didn't have money back then. I had to wait. And then that was the only one I was able to get with the briefcase. Anniversary retro ones.
Wow,
That's dope.
that's so sick.
I forgot I kept that. It's on one of my bookshelves.
All right,
Yeah,
it's
that's a dope
le-
box.
It's late, so let's wrap this up for your sake. Let's do this. You're dead. I mean, there's no cost associated with it,
Mhm.
and you can be crazy from your casket to your toes. What's your burial fit?
My burial fit. Oh dang. I told my wife to cremate me and put me in a shoebox actually. And put me on a
That
mantle.
can count.
I'm being serious.
On the mantle.
I'm telling you, if you see her tomorrow at work, ask her. I told her to cremate me, put me in a shoebox. I told her that's what I want you to do.
That
if
one
you
you
were-
just showed us, that briefcase shoebox.
Yep, put me right in there. Carry me around everywhere you go.
But if you're burnt, like when you're burning, like what would you be burned in? Just naked, just totally naked, and some
I'd have to be.
11s, some
No, I couldn't.
Concords.
I couldn't disrespect him like that. I couldn't
Okay.
do it. Yeah, I couldn't do it. Yeah, I need to go ahead and write this will up and get all these shoes, divvied out between my family.
All right. So you're just going to be nude, and then you're going to be burned into ashes and put in a
Yep.
shoebox.
Mm-hmm.
Your favorite
Honestly,
shoebox?
Best answer. That's the best answer.
Yeah,
so
that's a
far
dope
we've got.
answer. I agree.
I'd say so. Yeah, yeah. Put me on on the top of the fireplace or something. I don't know.
That's so sick. Let him shout out who he wants to shout out and give respect who he wants to give respect to.
Final words for now until
You
we
say
bring
whatever you
back.
want.
Shout out to, I guess, the first person that hired me at Foot Locker. Gave me,
That dude is.
Robert Fortson. That's his name, Robert Fortson. Yeah, shout out to Robert Fortson. Definitely him, my boy BD. He always looks out for me. So anything I need discount on, if he can get it for me, he still gets it for me.
Ooh, plug.
Foot Locker plug, yes, definitely. And my guy Marcus Cameron here, he's actually like big in the buy, sell, and trade here. He kind of hooked me up with a lot of people in Tennessee since I don't
Here
know
we
that many
go.
people around here.
Okay.
What I'm talking about.
Mhm.
What about all these sneaker groups? You said you were part of a bunch of sneaker groups. Who
Oh,
is
yeah.
that?
Cook Alerts. I'm on Cook Alerts right
Cook
now.
Alerts.
So you can find them on Instagram. They only let so many people in the group every so often. I think they just did a drop today at 5 and 6. So they probably won't open this back up for maybe about a couple more weeks. But that's definitely who I get into. They let me know pretty much all the stock on every shoe before it comes out, where to get them from. I get the links right away, and they even run bots for us. So
I just followed. Free shout out.
Definitely. Cook Alerts. That's where it's at.
I'm on it. And what's your Instagram, and tell people where they can find you?
YoFlyGuy. I am private, but if you don't look like you're a bot, I will follow you back and let you follow me. I got to stay private, man. I got a wife.
I get it. We all get it. We have families.
Yeah.
We all get
stay
it.
Private. Yeah.
I know you're not from Tennessee, but now that you live in Tennessee, does anybody ever stop you and ask you if you're Chris Lofton? Because you do look vaguely like Chris
Oh my
Lofton.
Goodness. Now that you said that, holy crap.
I used to have longer hair. They always used to think I was Cortland Finnegan.
Oh, I can see that too.
Man.
I can see that.
Yeah. I used to get stopped. I went to Loveless Cafe, and the lady looked at the picture on the wall, and she looked at me. I was like, it's not me. like it's not me. I promise you. No, I've never got that. No,
He's from Ball State. That's why I brought that up. Like,
yeah, that's what I didn't even know about him when I went there. People told me about him when I came down here. Yeah.
Okay, my bad.
I
mean, he's like the only dude that
Wells.
anybody. Bonzi Wells would be the other one. You hung out with him?
Well, yeah, he used to come to Foot Locker all the time. I used to get his kids' shoes all the time.
Oh, yeah, that would be the only other person I could name from Ball State. Shout out to the Ball State, whatever they are, Indians.
Ball State Cardinals. Chirp, chirp.
Cardinals. Chirp,
Close.
chirp.
Yeah.
I can do that. Chirp, chirp.
Yeah. Yeah, we went undefeated back when I went there in the MAC 2008.
All right.
Undefeated football. Yep.
Shout out to the Cardinals.
Yep. Chirp, chirp.
Chirp, chirp, chirp.
Thanks for joining us, Justin.
Appreciate it.
Heck
Thank
yeah,
you.
man. This is super dope.
I appreciate it. It was great.
Respect.
Thanks for having me, y'all.
Blessings and
Great to meet
peace.
you, sir.
Yeah.
Too boy.
That was fun.
That was dope. Good
I
job.
think that was just
Hayes.
like a regular, like almost like a drip army guy.
He's just an easy hang.
He was
Yeah.
easy. Hey.
I think we're getting some good guests that when Landon and Dan don't join, we'll just invite one on the spur of the moment and just have another podcast.
Hey, you're not wrong.
All right, everybody. Thanks for listening. We're almost to 1,000 downloads, so be sure to tell your friends, get us to that 1K. Dan said he's going to go out and buy himself a fancy dinner. I think on episode 3, he said that. They didn't think we would get
Did
here.
he really?
I did.
Yeah. I
Whoa,
think,
you know what
that's what you said.
Chirp, chirp.
You know what I said? I said I was going to get all this merch done by episode 25. This was 24.
Yeah, this is 24. So Hayes
I got
it one.
I got
week
about a
left.
week. So this weekend I'm going to be hard at work coming up with all this custom merch. I promised all these people at episode whatever. What was that? What was that?
Episode,
I think it was
probably
download
18. 500.
500 or download.
Yeah, it was download 500. So that was,
God, man, you guys have hung tight with me. It's not that it's just this is purely like I just haven't had the motivation.
well, here's your motivation. Get it done.
Quarter of a
Thanks for tuning
century.
in to the Still Dripping Happy Hour. Remember to subscribe and rate 5 stars. And
Landon,
unsubscribe.
Wait, whoa. Dan, do it. Dan does that part.
What? Unsubscribe and then follow the algorithm and then rate 5 stars and then comment and then make friends in the comments and then unsubscribe and then subscribe and then rate 5 stars and then follow the algorithm.
And then open up 2 other Gmail accounts with different names and then different cell phone numbers, and then like with those accounts as well.
And the
Amen.
episodes you've already listened to, go download
Listen to
those
them
again.
again.
Download them.
Put them
You
on
can
play.
like 'em,
Put them on
comment.
repeat in your backyard.
Exactly. You can even mute it. We don't care. Just keep it running.
Yeah.
Just
Have we had
24/7
2 times speed.
feed.
Hey, have we got any new comments or whatever they're called?
I haven't checked the reviews, but we are now. I think we can call ourselves global now. We have a listener, 1 download in Germany, 1 in Switzerland, 1 in Canada, and 2 in the Dominican Republic.
Jeez.
Hey, I will say this too. If I'm not mistaken, somebody in the NBA draft was from the Dominican Republic, so maybe he was the one that was listening.
Maybe.
To see if we're going to
maybe.
shout him
Most
out.
likely. Most likely that is who it was.
Checking to see if we shouted him out, whoever that dude was.
Again, thank you for listening. Remember to follow us on Instagram and Twitter, right, Hayes? At Still Dripping TN.
Oh yes, and the card one.
And the card one. Cody's on the bottom shelf. Follow the algorithm and go follow YoFlyGuy. If
Oh,
you're not a
yes,
bot,
follow
he
him.
will follow you back. That's it for us. Dan, Hayes, what did you guys learn tonight? Anything?
When you're down on your luck and you got no cash on your hand, your credit cards are maxed out, don't buy that pair of shoes. Make sure to eat. Stay humble. Be blessed. Chirp, chirp.
That's pretty good. I learned sometimes in life is going to punch you right dead in the crotch of life. And you're going to be hurting. You're going to be bent over and your stomach's going to be hurting. And you're going to be like, oh, man, I kind of feel like I want to throw up a little bit. But then it could just be spirit working on your soul.
Shout out to the GOAT, Peyton Manning in the Hall of Fame.
Man, that vest is bad. It really does look like a deformed human. It's a rough look.